G'day legends, Nick here from Fin to Fin. Just gonna do a quick little tour of the fish room and the mess that I have created, as I've absolutely just been destroying stuff. As you can see, lots of tanks on the ground. Still waiting for my other rack to rock up. I was hoping it would be here by now because it would obviously be going there. Pulled that rack down. Obviously it's going to be the same rack as what is here. I'll just zoom out for a second. So yeah, that's what's going right next to it. So another 12 tanks will go in here, and then there'll be 2 of them on that back wall as well for now. But I've ordered racks, just waiting for them to rock up. In this town everything's hard work, so this rack's going awesome. Did a video of it last weekend, maybe on the Sunday or the Monday, I can't even remember, but anyway, so head back and watch that if you want to have a look at what's in this rack. But it is going really well. I like it, which is saying something because there's not much. I'm usually not too happy with most things, but so this rack will go. These racks will actually all go as well. They are going to be these bad boys. So this room is going to hold 7 of these, and that's all it's going to hold. So all these small tanks will be out. All these tanks will obviously be turned and going on the other racks as I do them. All these small tanks on top will all be gone as well. So my dog's just come in to say hello. This one annoying creature. But yeah, so I haven't really been focusing on breeding at the moment. I've been just deconstructing this room a bit, trying to plan out how I'm going to set it up. So by changing this room, it's hard to believe the room looks like this. I had it pretty much perfect only probably a few weeks ago, and then I went mad. But this room, obviously these racks are not going to be here either. So these racks will come out, which I have started doing. Those little tanks won't stay there, they were just being moved. But these tanks are coming out. These 2-footers will come out onto the new racks in the main breeding room. This is going to be nothing more than a grow out room. So any baby like Corys, bristlenose, guppies, whatever, will all come out here, and this will be 3-foot tanks more than likely. I was going to do 4-footers, but I probably would only get 4 in here. Could do 6, but they'd be quite high. As you can see with the 4-footers here, it takes up a fair bit of space. So the 4th tank would be, reasonably high, and then this back end of this room gets a little bit hotter. So I was thinking 3-footers, so they'll be a smidgen lower, and I'll probably start a little bit lower than what I did on these 4-footers. But yeah, 9 3-foot tanks purely to bring in fry and so forth to grow them up quicker, so I can get rid of them quicker. That's the plan. So this will be the fry room, grow out room, hatchery room, whatever you want to call it. In here I have started bringing in just some little bristlenose. So, and I threw a heap of, I've got to give this a do a water change in here. I did one the other day, but then dropped in a heap of the wafers, and they've kind of just, I put in too many. So it's kind of made a bit of a mess, so I need to get all that shit out the bottom, which I'll do later. It'll be a job for this weekend, so it'll be spotless again. But yeah, there's lots of little bristlenose in there. There's still heaps to go in here. So, but I'm hoping I'll drop them in here and I'll grow them up quicker. In here is Corydoris, so bronze, albino. There is some peppered in there. I've got a heap of Julii to go in here, so it might not look like many, but there is actually probably a fair few in there. But again, this is the basis for the 3-foot tanks. They'll have no substrate or anything. They're just going to be bare bottoms. They're just going to have a few sponge filters, and they're purely going to be for raising up fry as quick as I can, so I can move them on, not get stuck with them because I am so slack. But yeah, that's disgusting. I need to, these little buggers. But yeah, heaps of there's albinos in there, there's blue-eyed lemons in there, and there's commons in there. And I've still got blue-eyed lemons more commons, more albinos, super reds. That might be about it. That need babies that could come into here. So that's the plan. So it'll hold 9 3-foot tanks, 2 4-footers. So those 11 tanks will be my grow out tanks, and you know, once they're full, the fry will just have to stay in the breeding tank until there's room for them. So that's just the way it is. So some of the cichlids come in here, so electric yellows are just hiding down in there now. What I do with these small tanks I don't know yet. The 50 centimetre ones, which are pretty handy, they may still come in and just find themselves along the top here just as an emergency tanks, but obviously I'll have all these racks out in my garage, so they may set up all the smaller tanks may get set up out there, and might be another spot to hold some fish. But yeah, it's just more tanks and so forth. I think by the time I put the 7 racks in here, you know, what's that, 80 odd tanks, that's 84, is it? I think 84 tanks. That's a lot of 2-footers, a lot of breeding tanks. I think I'll make that enough, and I will not add to it. So the small ones might just be in storage. But yeah, that's the plan. Obviously, these ones will go, and these ones will take over. So Izzy agrees that is a good idea, I think. So yeah, plenty of work to do, but yeah, so this was just a quick video. People, nothing too major. I can't really show you too much because I've made a mess and I haven't really put a lot of focus on the fish. I've really just been moving stuff. Some more small cichlids growing up, blue peacocks and the albino cories that would go into that 4-footer. These blue peacocks are growing quite nicely actually. Actually, a couple of them are just starting to show a little bit of colour on the fins, so keep an eye on them because I need to move them on. I've got more up here in this thing, so I've got heaps of blue peacocks, and then some of them, because I was desperate for space, I threw them in there, and of course Silverado endless in here. But if I go down low, I reckon, presto, blue peacocks. So they've jumped out that little top bit, of course, there, and found their way in here. So there's probably half a dozen or more in there, so that's alright. I'll catch them out before they get any bigger and cause any trouble. They're easy to tell the difference, so there's no dramas. But yeah, that's the plans in the room for anyone that's interested. Yeah, the 12 by 2 footers running vertical, whatever you want to call it, is the way I'm going to go. So I'll just zoom back out. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how these systems, or how this rack has gone. So check out that other video if you want to have a closer look. I won't do one now, you've already seen it. But hopefully early next week the next rack will rock up at $299 I think for that rack, so it's not terrible. I mean, it's 500 kilo per shelf, so they're taking some pretty good weight. But yeah, that's the plan anyway. So, and I'll obviously get some more plants, wire them up, and it'll look pretty good. At this stage, these Bunnings lights, which are about $30, are just sitting there, so they do a reasonable job. Plants seem to grow, so I'm not going to complain. So that is the room. Room 1 and room 2 are getting a reno, and I only just finished building them and setting them up, so as you do. But I do change my mind a lot. So, and then the outdoor area, which is, again, I've got grand plans out here, but to be honest with you, I can't do too much until I probably get inside finished. I start so many things and I never finish anything, so this is all go bonkers, get angry. So let's try and avoid that if we can. But yeah, these are going well. Plants are all going well. As you can see, the tubs are all nice and green. Starting to get the frog bit growing really well, which is the plan. The Salvinia, which is a pest, get rid of that, and we'll just have frog bit as our main plant. And the reason I like that is because the shoots that grow down below are an awesome little haven for I squat down here. So let me get rid of this spider web. I'm trying not to get bitten. But yeah, the root system here. So this is, hands touching the ground here, and it's all this. So the fry in here, their chances of survival are high. The live bearers, really good. Even egg layers could lay their eggs in there. The chances of them hatching and surviving are still good. And there's actually, speak of the devil, there's some fry right now. So little mollies, only mollies. Don't keep too strenuous out here. Guppies, antlers, swordtails, a few tubs of platies and bits and pieces. But yeah, everything's going really well. I was going to set up some more tubs over here. The theory was to grow some more weed to sell. And then we got these guys given to us. Where are they? A couple of little turtles, which I'll give to my lad to take home. My son who comes up practically a week about, but loves his turtles at his mum's house, so I'll give him those two and he'll take them and put him in his 3-foot tank, I think. He's got one turtle there, but he wants more, so he can take them. But yeah, other than that, it's all going well. Koi swordtails are breeding profusely in this tub. Lots of babies in there, so that's good because they're everything that's in here I bred myself. And then obviously put them all in together and we'll see what comes of it. That glare's just going to annoy the crap out of me, so it's probably going to annoy you. The next guppies, I can't really be bothered with them. I'll probably go. There is some awesome ones in there, but whatever. Goldfish I need to sort out. It's next year. These tubs will only be goldfish, so there will actually be no tropical fish out in these big ones. It's got the blue peacocks in here now. It's dirty because I made it dirty by getting all the weed out and trying to get a heap of gunk out. Got the last few platies out. These are my swordtails, cross swordtails, albino firecrackers to pineapples. As you can see, I've got this stuff in extremely thick. So the theory is these guys breed, and anyone who's bred swordtails knows they don't mind chomping on their own babies. Breeding full on with that, certain types. So I've got this really thick on top of each other, and I'm hoping if they do breed in there, some survive. We'll see how they turn out. We'll see what happens. Pineapple swordtails and just the common swordtails. There's heaps in there. I've got to go to the pet shop this weekend and see if they want to take a heap. Hopefully they take 100 and that'll thin them out a little bit. Goldfish and more turtles in there. Endlers, again, need to go to the pet shop because I do not want to know how many endlers are in there, but when I've got to bring them in for winter, I don't think 3-foot tanks are going to cut it. It'd have to be 300 plus in there, and obviously babies that just keep breeding. So yeah, so that's it. Oh, there's more baby cichlids in there. Tub's actually empty. Some guppies, blue gouramis in there, but there's only one because the other one lost inside, so I need to get another partner. I can't even remember what's in half of these tubs, to be honest. Honestly don't know unless I catch them, but some of them you can tell easy, platies and stuff. But yeah, but that's it, ladies and gents. Yeah, it's all looking good. The plan is to move out there. So just like the plans inside are big, the plans out here are just as big. So I'm going to build a shade house, or not a shade house. I'm probably not going to close the sides in at this stage, but up like a pergola, you might as well say, to cover this whole area, which is quite large. And this is going to be all ponds and probably really just goldfish and plants. So I'm going to ramp up the outdoor plants. They sell pretty well. At the moment I can't produce enough to fill my own ponds, but everyone wants them, but I just don't have enough. But yeah, we're going to ramp up the lily pads and start separating them like we're meant to and start growing our own. So that's the plan out there. So I'll do a video obviously once I start that. I've got to buy lots more tubs. I don't know whether it's going to be big tubs like this, which are a couple $100 each, so expensive, or little tubs like this that are around $20 each. obviously the volume of water is very different, 300 litres say to 100 probably, but plants do well in them. Lily pads, 1 lily pad per tub's perfect, so we'll see, we'll work it out. Run out of money, so that probably means I'm going to buy the small ones, but we'll see how we go. And yeah, that's the plan. So the tubs will be moving out and around. They may still be here as well, but they will end up being that area out there. And obviously the fish room, we all know the changes I've just discussed. And I'll show you the garage later where all these shelves will go, and then we'll decide what do I want to do in that garage. Do I want to move all these small tanks out there, have them set up? I might not put anything in them, but they're there just in case I breed more than I think, or I see things and I buy them spontaneously without thinking about it, and then I think, oh shit, I've got nowhere to put them. So I've got to allow for my mistakes. So that's what I'm thinking. So anyway, please like, subscribe, share, comment, and let us know what you think of the new racks. I like them. Obviously a bit different running that way, but yeah, and obviously I think the grow out room will be very important, because at the moment I'm breeding so much, but probably one of the biggest things, and I didn't really think it through, is just how long it takes to grow fish up to that sellable size. Anything, for even guppies, you know, like, and how many tanks you need. You know, there's so many fry just crowded. And then of course, there goes my knee on an aquarium, that was awesome. You know, it just takes so long to grow them up. And yeah, obviously some Julia in there, bits and pieces. But yeah, anyway, I'm not going to talk too much crap. That's it for, hopefully by next weekend I've got the second rack here and set up, and then I can do a video on how it all looks. And try not to walk into these tanks again, because that wasn't great. But yeah, that's it. Have a great weekend everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.